A magnitude 6.1 earthquake rocks parts of Luzon Monday afternoon. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PHIVOLC, says the epicenter of the earthquake is located in Castillejos, Zambales. Offices and schools in Luzon evacuate their buildings following the quake. Clark International Airport in Pampanga suffers significant damage as its ceiling collapses. PHIVOLC warns aftershocks and further damage are expected. Follow Rappler.com for updates. Human rights law group National Union of People's Lawyers, or NUPL, says the Oust Duterte plot published by the Manila Times Monday is putrid rubbish. Written by the paper's chairman emeritus Dante Ang, the story cites a source from the Office of the President of a matrix linking NUPL to media groups like Rappler, Files, and the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, or PCIJ, in a supposed plot to oust the president. In a press conference in Malacanang on Monday, presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo confirms the source of the matrix was the president himself. The NUPL says in a statement, quote, "It is absolutely false, totally baseless, and completely ludicrous." It adds, "It's bait to engage in absurd and endless tit-for-tat to distract us." Rappler says the story is an example of how not to write an investigative report, not even everyday straight news, and that the Manila Times under Dante Ang is the reason why journalism in the country should be actively educating on what truthful, responsible, and ethical journalism is. Verifile's President Ellen Tordesillas says the report is downright false and hilarious, and expresses concern that, quote, "If this is the kind of intelligence report that the president gets and bases his actions and policies on, then the country is in big trouble." Rappler CEO and executive editor Maria Ressa in a tweet clears it has been years since she and Tordesillas had contact with each other. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte refuses to explain her sixfold increase in wealth reported by the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, or PCIJ.
Wala kasi akong obligation na mag-explain sa PCIJ about sa income ng namin mag-asawa.
The eldest daughter of President Rodrigo Duterte says she would only answer the accusation if a case is filed based on the PCIJ report. The report claims Sarah's worth grew sixfold over a 10-year period from 2007 to 2017, citing her statements of assets, liabilities, and net worth, or SALNs, as basis.
It's a just siguro kung merong nakita ang PCIJ doon sa kanilang investigative report na worthy of a case to be filed sa correct na venue, then doon ko masasagot. But as of now, hindi kasi matatapos yan kung sagutin ko yung PCIJ, then sasagot na naman ako sa iba na merong question about my SALN or merong question about my income.
The Ateneo de Manila University continues to receive backlash as an amphitheater in its creative hub Arete is named after a dummy of late dictator Ferdinand Marcos. Arete's open space venue is called the Ignacio B. Jimenez Amphitheater. The installation, opening on April 7, attended by Marcos's daughter Irene, was a grant named after Jimenez. A Facebook post by art editor Karina Evangelista calls out Arete's association to Jimenez as patronage of the Marcoses and their dummies. Jimenez is identified by the Philippine government in court records as a dummy of Ferdinand and Imelda Marcos. His wife Fe served as personal secretary to Marcos's wife Imelda. In 2006, Anti-Graft Court Sandigan Bayan forfeited in favor of the government $8 million from Swiss accounts owned by Fe Jimenez. A series of bomb blasts ripped through high-end hotels and churches in Sri Lanka Sunday. At least 207 people are killed in the explosions, including dozens of foreigners. Over 450 people are wounded. Police and officials say at least 2 of the blasts were carried out by suicide bombers. They are still investigating whether suicide attackers were involved in all 8. 3 have been arrested so far in relation to the bombing. An intelligence alert issued by Sri Lanka's police chief 10 days ago warns of suicide bombers planning to hit prominent churches. There are no immediate claims of responsibility for the blasts. At least 17 malls in the Philippines will be open for 24 hours to accommodate the highly anticipated movie Avengers Endgame. Disney Philippines says among those malls are 6 SM malls, Newport Mall at Resorts World Manila, 11 Vista Mall branches, and Power Plant Mall in Rockwell. The film covers the aftermath of Infinity War, during which villain Thanos snapped half of the universe into oblivion. including members of the Avengers, their friends, and loved ones. Avengers Endgame hits Philippine cinemas on April 24, Wednesday.